Now we will get to the smarter part. When a laser with no CCD, it will cut according to your imported design, right? But if you have some kind of printed or embroidered parts, the products, you need to cut alongside the shape. Then you will need the assistance of the CCD camera. And we have two types. One is small CCD and the other is top camera, right? This is cutting the top camera. And one popular question is, what's the difference between them? Yeah. And simply speaking, small CCD cuts small patterns. Because small CCD, each time it can capture within 15 cm. But the top camera, one time can covering the whole area. So this is the one of the key parts. I will show you later. Okay. Now I will give you more details about how this small CCD camera works.
Can it also, suppose in a white fabric I do white embroidery, then it will be able to capture the outlines, or no? It has to be contrast color.
No. Similar color we can deal with.
Similar color you can?
Yes, we can. We also have this kind. I will show you some videos here. This one, you see, those kind of it has similar color, right? Yeah, but the surface is a little bit up and down. So for our vision software, we can detect.
Okay.
Yeah. CCD camera, actually, before we have this kind of function, people, they can only use the scissors or those electric hot iron wire or the punching machine to cut manually. But with it, we can change the whole process. And the cutting quality is totally different. The laser is very smooth. Yeah, this is the manual cut one. Okay. Yeah, and the basic working step is you just lay the fabric there and you create the models because the camera need to detect the features, right? And then it will generate the cut line and then cut.
And generally, even in the small CCD camera or the top camera, the accuracy plus minus is both cases are similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And for this create model part, for the same recycled pattern, only need to do once. Next time, just it will skip this part.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the small CCD camera. Yeah.
Okay.
And the main applications are these small, like woven label and patches, embroidery applique, the sublimation applique, the screen printed non-woven, yeah, and those embroidery plush applique, the hot stamping patches, the PU leather, yeah, and RFID label, etc. Yeah, actually widely used already. Okay.
Okay.
And the detection modes, actually, we have two types. One type is this using this marking point, and the other type is using the graphic feature itself, depending on your products. Yeah. For the marking point, generally, this is more used in the oversized patterns because the machine size is limited. But if you have bigger parts, you may need to use this one.
So in the marking points, what exactly happens? So these dots are also printed along with the printing.
Yes, printing.
And then it actually, the camera recognizes this marking points, and then they they create the cut profiles.
Yes, it needs the design file imported into the software, and then
Okay.
it will detect the marking points distance along the paragraph. Along the edge. Yeah, then it will, adjust accordingly. And this is the vision and non-vision integrated. Yeah, every machine with CCD or without with the top camera can cut under the non-vision mode.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is the CCD part, and now we will come to the top camera part. The top camera is the CCD camera is beside that laser cutter, and the top camera is over the whole laser cutting machine. Yeah, and before that, people also use scissors, yeah, and this electric soldering iron and die cutting machine to cut too. But with it, now we can firstly take the photo of the graphics for one time, and then we will generate the contour automatically, and then we cut. It is a whole automatic process. We are using the Canon camera. Actually, this top camera is firstly invented by our KASU company in 2014. It's about 6 years ago. Yeah, we are the first one. We own this patent. And you can see there are a lot of applications for this, like the sublimation garments, sportswear, and the plush toy, home textile, and the soft signage. Yeah, it can also cut the label and applique. Yeah, lace and embroidery. And it also has 2 detection modes. One first is contour, no design file need. The other one is template match. Yeah. This cutting mode, am I getting, can you follow me by this part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, probably tell us that contour, where we should use the contour one and where we should use the template one. Is it based on the shape?
Yeah. When the edge is clear, then we use the contour. But when there are like, I will show you some samples. Like this, we may need to use the, template, because the edge design is different from the cutting file, right?
Why it is different? Because we are supposed to cut the outside this ring, right?
Yeah, I will show you.
Yeah, if you just play the video.
You see, this one is using the contour detection mode because the edge is super clear. And we need to cut alongside the edge.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. It detects, the vision software detects now, and then it will cut along. This is the satin material. It's a dress, and the shape actually differs a lot. Yeah. This is when the edge is clear, we can detect. Yeah. But when cutting this kind of, when the edge is not that clear.
Okay, yes.
Then you will need to make the template and then make the cutting.
So when you say make the template and cutting means what? So it is done by the software only?
Yes.
How exactly the process because it also, so the camera detects something and then the software creates the template?
Yes. You take a photo and you use the software to draw your cutting file alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you generate the features.
Okay. So it is a little time consuming. That means this is a step need to be done first, and then only cutting can start. Whereas in the contour, it can be done very quickly.
It can be
Is
done
that
very
so?
quickly because you see for this kind of design, right? You only need to make 2 patterns because they are 2 directions, right? You need to make 2 templates, and it will cost you about at most 5 minutes, and then only one time job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, understood.
Okay. This is top camera one. And we have different kind of working modes of the cutting heads. You see the 4 popular one is first one is the single head, and then
Yeah.
the 2 heads, and then the 2 heads in 2 beams, and then this 4 heads in 2 beams. Yeah,
Okay.
because why there are so many different it all comes to satisfy different applications, because China factories, they are looking for faster but cheaper, so we are also trying to follow up.
So when it is 2 heads but only on one guide rail, which is KD50 KDS2, so both head, how exactly both heads simultaneously follow the, I don't know, the line, is it?
You the difference, right? Like the 2
Yeah.
heads, when you cut it without the camera, right? The 2 heads can cut in the same pattern at the same time, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
when you use with this model, when you use the camera, only one head is working.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what I'm saying. That and how exactly 2 heads will work, because both coordinates will be different. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So for this, 2 heads can work in at the same time. So the production can double.
Double. Yes.
Yeah, but the price only enhanced like maybe 20%.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay, this is top camera part. And now we will come to the, another one is embroidery lace. Yeah. This laser can also cut. Yeah, this is also using the contour because the edge is also clear.
Yes. Very clear. Yes. But in the above design, just go back to that design.
Yeah.
Because in here, I might need to cut along one line, but not always in the, like there's a gray area in between. I may not need to cut. How do the software understands where to cut, where not to cut?
Oh, we have different degrees of the contour line. You can choose.
So that means I need to first program some kind of file need to be generated, because if actually it cuts all the gray and white line contrast edge, then it will create small. It will not create a long lace. It will create a small appliques. Because how do the computer decides that only you need to cut the longer lines, not in the inside edges? Because there are some outside edges, there are some inside edges also.
Yeah. We have the degrees of that contour, and there are some kind of parameters like the shapes, the sizes you can adjust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is adjustment is there.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because for embroidery, it is a little bit more complicated than the sublimated or the digital printed patterns. Yeah, the
Yes.
designs are more complicated. So the software, we have different versions for embroidery. So when you say I want to cut embroidery, then we will say, okay, show me your sample. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Based on the sample, We
Yes.
need to decide. Okay.
Yes. Because for this kind of complicated design, the software might be a little bit, how to say, more complicated. But for
Yes.
the sublimation part, they only need to use very, very simple function. So no need for that complicated one. So we have different versions.
Yes.
Okay. And now this part is also a very popular model in India actually, with the projector. This is the BenQ projector. The projector is actually how to say half manual and half automatic, semi-automatic, because you generally the popular application is this is the genuine leather. The genuine leather, the shape can be generated by the top camera, but the layout, the different pattern layout, the software is not that advanced. So the factory decide to put this onto the laser, and then they will manually move the pattern on top of this leather.
Okay.
Yeah. So the worker will operate the laser, the software, to manually put the pattern on top of it, because this is one by one projection.
So it actually just take the shape of the leather, and then it also can you show any video of this, because I is not able to understand what exactly, how exactly is going to do.
I'm not sure if I uploaded. Let me see. Show up. Show up. Oh, sorry, I may not.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh,
maybe later we can.
this one,
Yeah.
this one. You may.
Okay. Okay.
This is a shoe upper.
Okay.
First, we calibrate it, and then we import the cutting design. And you see, this is the knitted shoe upper, similar like the leather,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the software can project the cutting file here. And then the worker will manually put this upper to the specific position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the laser cut, because the cutting position is fixed. After cutting, they will just take off.
Okay.
Okay. You see, it can project the pattern on top of it, and it likes a signal for the operator.
Okay. Yes, understood.
Okay. So it is used in leather and in striped garments,
Okay.
fly knitting shoe upper. Okay, those are how to say the popular applications of the lasers in the fashion industry, and we also because our website is launched